Hi everyone, my name is Patricia Barão. I'm the head of the residential department at JLL Portugal. Today we will have a short presentation around Portugal real estate market and the impact of the virus on the economy. JLL Portugal has been operating for over 20 years, currently 3 offices in the country and 1 more will be open soon in the southern region of Portugal. Portugal is well connected to the rest of the world and become quickly one of the most interesting tourist, business and retirement hubs. Even during the current health crisis, Portugal has shown extremely high levels of resilience, political unity and cohesion. Portugal has been regarded as one of the countries that best responded to this health crisis and will likely represent one of the best destinations to invest or to move to afterwards. Furthermore, interest rates on mortgage will continue to be low, fueling investment into real estate and business. Many companies will choose Portugal as location to open a new office, lured in by the very high quality standards of living and by the great talents coming from the main international universities and schools. Also, many professionals decided to move to Portugal to enjoy the best quality of living, business environment, culture, history and food. Moreover, during this crisis, we are seeing how real estate is performing better than other asset classes. And Portugal real estate is especially interesting for Portuguese, Europeans and overseas investors. On top of that, the Portuguese government is considered a very stable and reliable one, paving the way for a bright future of Portugal after Covid-19. As you can see in this slide, Portugal is one of the safest countries in the world, has a strong and growing economy based on technology and innovation, with an excellent health and education system. It is one of the EU countries that offers the best quality of life. The residential market has been performing well in spite of the health crisis, with a price growth of over 15% comparing to the previous year. International and local buyers have been extremely active since Portugal has attracted many investors and has a healthy local housing market. The Covid-19 has obviously impacted the residential market after the first quarter of the year, where new records for residential sales were beaten. With the restrictions of movements, the number of transactions, both domestic as well as international, slowed down and many buyers decided to postpone decisions. Now, as we begin to open our economy again, the confidence seems to have come back and we are seeing weekly increase on the number of leads and transactions. Impact on price is residual and should affect more a second-hand market, where in the past years we had more increases in price. New built apartments did not suffer from such decrease, since long-term plans of buyers did not change and the supply is still limited. The market has adapted quickly due to the adoption of online legal processes, allowing clients to complete all the required steps via online meetings, including POAs, signature of contracts and deeds. The Golden Visa program did also benefit from an increase in paperless and online processes. Finally, this health crisis pushed many buyers toward properties with large outdoor areas, additional living space and internal amenities. The Golden Visa program remains an attractive legal mechanism of attraction of foreigner investment, and it enables investors from outside of Europe to be granted a temporary permit to live, study or invest in Portugal or any other country in Europe. The temporary status can become permanent after 5 years, following a set of appointed principals. Although it is not the major source of foreigner investment, but nevertheless, it is an important vehicle of Portugal's attractiveness. The program is here to stay, although some changes in the law may occur for the District of Lisbon and Porto. The Golden Visa program is recognized by all and nothing in concrete has been changed so far. Last month alone, official data from the Immigration Office has announced an increase of more than 100% on the number of visas issued in comparison to 2019. Being one of the oldest countries in Europe with low-density population cities, the build space is very limited, especially in the largest cities. The need for housing remains strong, and Portugal is one of the countries in Europe with the lowest stock capacity in regards to the number of inhabitants. The growing interest by national and foreigner markets has revealed a still undeveloped rental market with enormous potential to grow. Portugal is being nominated the best country for expats to relocate to, due to its growing economy, rich culture, history, and the amazing quality of life. These are just some of the factors that are driving the residential market, and this trend will likely continue in the future. We have been witnessing over the years the increasing interest of some of the biggest real estate investment funds looking at Portugal, and especially its residential market, as main focus for their investments. Looking at specific data on the Portuguese Statistic Institute, we see a steady growth in the number of sales over the past 8 years, translating not only an increase in number, but also on the total volume of investment. The first quarter of the year has shown us that there's confidence in Portugal's residential market, where we reached transactions 40% above 2019. The capital is here, and the will to invest is here also, both by foreigners and domestic buyers. Having this said, the pandemic crisis should translate into a small adjustment on 2020, but according to our data into predictions that have been made for the next quarters and going into 2021, we believe that we will witness a recognizable recovery of residential market as one of the most resilient and attractive in Europe. Looking to this chart, and according to Oxford Economics, the Portuguese residential market reveals a small adjustment in 2020, where prices should decrease a mere 2.5% to recuperate quite quickly in 2021 and in the following years. Even looking at the years of the previous financial crisis that had structural issues to be resolved, the adjustments on the market prices were not significant and were resolved in the medium term. Based on what we are witnessing from the current leads, as well as on a widespread survey JLL has done across the country, we can highlight some of the trends of our residential market. These are trends that have been present in pre-COVID and have reinforced their status according to our data. If you are looking to invest in the Portuguese market, we can support you on this matter and have defined some must-have characteristics, both in terms of location and in terms of assets. Having in mind the current status of our rental market and the enormous demand, we have also defined a set of upgraders that can boost the current offer, raising the rent levels and making them more resilient investments in time. Looking specifically at these trends, we can highlight the following: increase in the search for private outdoor areas, bigger concern for the surrounding neighborhoods and the available infrastructures, higher concern on the living area dimension to accommodate workspace, higher concern for technology, broadband internet, and technology to provide higher levels of comfort as well as consumption cost reduction. We believe that the next few months will be essential to understand the level of the impact of the pandemic of the world economy. Being a small-scale country has many advantages, but makes our economy be more dependent on how the rest of the world, especially the other European countries, handle this sanitary crisis. We believe that although being a service-based country with tourism as a big engine for success, we will be on the pole position of the recovery when global markets reopen. Low interest rates are here to stay, and the country's performance during the pandemic, allied to its intrinsic characteristics that remain intact, makes our boutique countries a safe haven for investment. The narrow supply over the years will not change, so the opportunity is here to grab a portion of our limited edition real estate offer. Portugal is known for its safety and stability that makes it the Europe's most well-kept secret, a secret we are willing to share. Hope to see you all in Portugal in the near future. Do count on us to bring you the best experience of our country and especially the most attractive investment opportunities. Obrigada!